let's go ahead and jump in. We might have people kind of rolling in as we start, but thank you so much for joining us for our newly released features webinar. My name is Mackenzie, so I am a Curate Success Manager here. You may have meetings with me here and there, as well as Shannon. She's our Director of Customer Success. We'll be guiding you through the new software, going through all of the newly released features over the last few weeks. So super excited. Uh, there should be lots of us today, so feel free to jump into the Q&A portion of Zoom. So you should see a little Q&A box that you'll be able to go in and ask any questions that might come up as we talk. And if we have time, we'll be sure to address some of those questions, most of those questions, and then as we go on, we might need to send over like follow-ups and things like that. That won't be an issue. But feel free to jump into chat as we go, and we'll try to get those answered for you. Also, this is being recorded, so you will be getting a recording of this. If you want to share it with your team, if you want to reference back to it at any time, we will be sending over a follow-up email with a couple different things, including the recording. So just keep that in mind as well. And also, whenever we're chatting through the newly released features, if you see a feature that you really love, be sure to let us know. Feel free to shout that out in chat, letting us know that you love it. Some really exciting features we're going to show you. So let us know if you love those. We'll be sure to pass those on to the rest of our team as well. But I think that should be it for now. And I'll go ahead and we'll let Shannon take us away for the initial start.
All right. We're so excited to uh, show off some new features that we have in the system. So um, I'm going to share my screen. We have quite a few features that we release throughout the month. So just to kind of let you know, we are actively releasing features. So we're going to try to hit a lot of those features or updates that have happened over the last month. There may be a few that we just don't have time to look at today together. So as always, keep an eye out. I think we'll kind of do a shout out to this at the end, but keep an eye out in our chat bubble down here at the bottom. There is a news section where we try to do regular updates for maybe over the week. Sometimes we do it once a week or twice a week, just kind of depending on updates. So just kind of keep an eye out for that one. So I am actually going to jump into an event. So some that we're going to be really looking at today. I'm going to go to like the Julie and David wedding. So we're going to start over here in this
And I
event.
can't screen your
Oh,
Curate account.
sorry. Thank you so much. It
Mhm.
says I'm screen sharing. Just a second. Let's try that again.
There you go.
Can you see? Okay, good. Perfect. Okay. So I am here in our demo account here. And so I'm going to jump right here into Julie and David wedding. Julie and David wedding. So here we can see on this event overview page, we've got actually some new details about the event. So one update that we have is I'm going to click on this edit button right here. So if you didn't know, we've got two of these boxes right here that these are internal notes on the event overview page. This is just for you, for your team. I've talked with a lot of different people about how they're using these boxes, but something that is new for these boxes is this ability to do these check marks. So maybe in the production notes, you might want to put a few things like ordered supplies, so that whenever that is done, I can click this box to say that that is done for this event. You can do other things like finalized event details, so that you know when these items are done for that event. So we do have these check boxes here. Another thing that we have seen people do is they'll say, what do they need for the event? And you can have this set up in your template to say like they need decor/rental items. They're going to need food, and beverage. Maybe that's something that we need to explore with them. They're going to need floral. They're going to need florals for the reception, any of those things. And you can have like a template set up to like, what do they need? And so then whenever you're working in it, I know they need florals and I know they need food and beverage. They're not going to need decor or rental items. We're not going to need those for this event. So you can go through and just kind of check what they need. So that's a new feature. Another new feature on this page, I'm just going to go ahead and click save, pop out of that. Another new feature is what we call this booked on date. So now if you scroll down, if you ever need to know when was this event marked as booked, we now have that date logged here. And then another feature is this event activity log. So this has been highly requested. We're kind of releasing this in phases. But this is where you can see certain activities for that event. So now you can see if a payment has been made, whether that's they've paid through the system or you have manually logged it in there. You can see dates whenever the contract has been signed. We don't have those examples here, but those are things that you can see whenever the create date or whenever a version was created. You can see all of those dates marked here in the activity log. So those are a couple of those features that you would see here. All right, now Mackenzie is actually going to take us into the proposal and look at a few updates inside the proposal.
Okay, thanks, Shannon. Appreciate
Mhm.
it. Really love the checkbox function in the event notes.
Yes,
My favorite things.
yes,
Um,
yes.
I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into a proposal. Also, Julie and David wedding. I'll go into that workroom. Some really amazing aesthetic pieces that I'll kind of show you today. And one of them is going to be the ability to add additional like photos, cover photos, inspiration boards and things like that. So in the table of contents, you're going to be able to click on add content and you can add covers. So like these covers here that you're seeing, I can also show more of a minimalist simple cover if I'd like, and then also more inspiration boards and color palettes. So I would just click add to proposal, which I already did as an example. And then you can see they populated down here at the bottom. So if I go down there, you can see where there are just more options for cover photos, inspiration boards. Of course, as you know, you can go in and edit the background colors and color palettes and photos and all that good stuff. But we did add the ability to be able to add more media when it comes to building out your different aesthetics to your proposals. You can see that they are listed at the bottom, but another feature that we just added was being able to reorganize the table of contents in a really easy way. So if I click on maybe the inspiration board, for example, and I want to move it up to be maybe underneath the event details, I can just drag and drop and it will show up for me wherever I've placed it. So I really love that feature and functionality. You can just go in here and drag and drop and really decide how you want your proposals to be built out and that layout to be. So you're able to configure that to exactly how you want it to be, and then add a bunch of different inspiration boards and photos and things like that. Uh, and then over here, let's see, I'm gonna make sure I'm in my right spot here. You're gonna be able to go through and add different styles. So this is amazing. If I click on this little paint icon, you can actually now add a bunch of fonts. So you'll be able to click on the drop down. As you can see, I have chosen a specific fancy font here. And you can see where we have got a ton of different fonts that live in this font section. So you can really pick and choose exactly how you want these headers to be displayed. As you can see, I've changed the header. You can see where you can make the header bigger or smaller, however you'd like that to be or display. You can see where you can change the color of the header fonts. You can also see where you can make things bold, and then you can align them to be centered or left or right hand centered. And then also you can also change the body font as well. So lots of amazing fonts, color features, just to be able to display how you want your proposals to look for your customers. As you can see in the body font, you can also make these a little bit bigger or smaller as you'd like as well. And then as you can also see, this top one is the background color. So you'll be able to go into this little color box and decide what you want your background color to be displayed as. So you can go through and apply that, and you can see that's just being changed. So super exciting pieces using these styles, just changing up the fonts, colors, just really making that how you want that to be when it comes to aesthetics. Um, I love seeing all those beautiful proposals that you build out. So this just really enhances that for you. So super excited about that one. Shannon and I were freaking out about that yesterday whenever we saw all of this in the new software. So really excited. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to chat about is you're now going to be able to edit proposals, get into your Curate account, make edits to different things on iPhone, Android, whatever you might have, you can do that on mobile. So this is just an example. This is actually an iPhone example, but you can see where whenever you go and get into Curate on your phone, you'll be able to make changes. So you can say I'm actually in that proposal. I can go back to the event details. You can see where it gives you that event details page, gives you those check boxes right there. You can see where I can go into the workroom, create my shopping list, view my event prints. I can go back out to my main events list here. So we love this feature. You're going to be able to make any changes or updates whenever you're on site, right on your phone. So I think that'll be really helpful. So mobile friendly, that could be like iPads and things like that. But we love that. It's huge news and super excited about that. Okay, so I think the last thing I'm going to touch on right now is going to be within an event print. So if I go back out to the event details for Julie and David wedding, I'm actually going to go into an event print. So I'm going to click on view event print here. And then we have added the option to be able to print labels. So this is actually an add-on. So if you do want to get this added on into your account, we can definitely get that added for you. Just reach out to us in chat or after the webinar today, we'll be able to get that added. But if I click on print labels here, you can see where it's going to take all of your different line items. So whether that be floral, your different menu items. It's going to take all of the different line items that are within your order that you've built, and it's going to give you the name of the event as well as the date and then that line item name. This is going to be displayed as like a label functionality. So you can grab those stickers that you might have, put them into your printer, and then when you print these out, it'll all be aligned as a label. So you can put these on like floral buckets if you need them. You can put them on different like food containers, whatever you might need. We do have the function to print labels. So really cool feature as well. I will go ahead and let Shannon let us chat about a couple more things. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, I love that functionality that she just showed off. We really did. We said afterwards we should have printed we should have taken a reaction video of
Yeah, I
us
love.
looking at the fonts and the colors in the new system because that's really exciting. Some
Mhm.
pieces there that people have been asking for a long time. So we love to see those pieces come to pass um, for our customers. Okay. Okay. So the next one that we're just going to take a quick look at is our inquiries. So if you didn't know, you can set up a form within Curate, and you can either email this form to your customers or you can put this on your website, embed it on your website, either as a button or really embedded in your website. And this is a way to gather information from your customers. Great way to streamline your processes and just get everything funneling into one bucket, kind of getting all flowing in one place. Because once it's in Curate, you can then convert that into a proposal. So it's going to already like jumpstart that proposal. Additionally, all of that information that they put on that form, now you're going to be able to view that within the proposal as you're building out the proposal. So none of that is new. That is stuff that Curate already does, but just a plug for forms, they really do help whenever you are just trying to streamline that flow trying to save time when it comes to working through your events. It's definitely worth the time to set up a form, get the form set up, and then curate. What is new though is I'm going to jump here to our wedding inquiries form. We've got a form just really built out over here. What is new for our forms is this ability to have an automated email response within the form. So you can go in here and you can choose a template um, for that email response to go automatically for that email response. Kind of the next level up for these automated responses, you can also nest another form into a form response. So say that you have a simple contact us form on your website and you have another form built out with a lot more details in there, asking more details about their event. You can have an auto response that has that linked in there, and it could have like a Calendly link or something else that's already nested in there so that you can push that customer towards the next phase in getting them booked. So this is the new feature where you can now have this automated response right there within the inquiry. So for the next one, I'm going to jump out and I'm actually going to go down here to the settings. And I'm going to go up here to notifications. So this is where you're going to see some workflows that we have within the system. We have released a new workflow to update the event status to booked. So definitely check out these other ones. They're great workflows, but the one that we're going to focus on today is updating the event status to booked. So whenever you toggle that on, it's going to prompt you to say, what do you classify as being booked? When all the contracts have been signed, when the first payment has been received, or when they've been signed and the first payment has been received. So what does that mean for you? A lot of people, they say when the payment has been received, that's when we would mark it booked. Other people are saying, okay, whenever all the contracts have been signed that have been put in front of them, that's when we would change it to booked. But that is the new workflow to automatically change that status. So that's less things that you have to go through and actually touch to get those updated. Um, the next feature that is new is the Google Calendar. So I'm going to, I'll go ahead and save those changes, but I'm going to jump over here to the integrations page. Now, this Google Calendar integration, what this does is it can sync your events to your Google Calendar. This is really important for helping make sure that your team stays on track. We've got the best information in front of our team. This is a one-way integration. So it's going to push that info to Google Calendar, but the changes that you make in Google Calendar, that's not going to go back to Curate. So what you would do here is it will show in your account kind of like this connect button right here, and that will allow you to link your Google Calendar to Curate. So you can go in here. There's a lot of information about this connection. If you want to test it, you can. If you want to sync all of your events, you can do that all in one motion if you so desire, or you can sync individual events. And that's actually what we're going to look at right now is syncing those events. So I'm going to go out of here and I'm going to go back to our Julie and David wedding. Let me pull up a calendar so I can kind of show that to you. So I have got my calendar here and let me see if I want to sync this one. Let me go and sync. Right now, in order to sync, you do need to be the owner of the event. So I am the owner of this one. So I'm going to go and I'm going to choose this one. I can choose multiple, you can see, but I'm just going to choose the one for right now. And I'm going to sync that to Google Calendar. All right. It says that that event has been successfully synced. So if I want to jump over here to Google Calendar, now you can see that I do have that event along with the event times in my calendar. So it's got my ID, who is the customer, in this case it was Mackenzie. If I have any sort of description on there, this is the exterior description of the event. So those notes that's just for you and for your team, that's going to go here on the calendar. And these are the notes that I had in there. these are the items that I had built out in that event description. But this is what it's going to show in your calendar whenever you sync those over there. So you can sync multiple events at one time. You can go actually into the event and then you can sync it if you want to update that information, any information that I want to put in here. You can do that with the Google Calendar. Okay. Um, and then Mackenzie, I think I'm going to pass off to you to kind of show us just a couple more features as we're starting to wrap up.
Okay. I'll go ahead and share my screen now. Okay, so two more things I wanted to share with you that are new. One of them is if you have multiple users in your Curate account. So if I'm in settings and then users, you do have the ability to have a bunch of different users. This can be helpful for a variety of reasons. A few of them would be you can have different roles. So you could have owners versus admins versus users, things like that. But for the newest feature that I'm going to show you is this is going to be helpful if you have multiple users in your Curate account. So if I go to the calendar over here, underneath the events tab, we love this calendar feature, by the way. You can see where you can color code them. They will all be blocked off based on the time range that you put in there. So we love that. But I wanted to show you where, if I click on this little button here, it's going to show event owner. So what that does is I'm going to go over to a day where it shows two different users that are in Curate, and it's going to show side by side the different account manager or event managers and their events for that day. So you can see this is in the day view here. If I click on day, oopsie, I'm going back. But you can see here side by side which events that Mackenzie owns. So these are all of the events that Mackenzie owns. And then on the left-hand side, these are all the events that Shannon owns. So super cool to kind of get a scope about what the different users and Curate have going on that day. So we like that one. And then also the other one I'm going to chat about is actually under catalog. Here you've got your products, components, and rentals, just as a reminder, but we have actually added the ability under rentals to bulk import. So for this, if I click on bulk import, you're going to be able to choose a file and add all kinds of rental data at one time. So you can see there's these different categories here that you'd want to place into a spreadsheet, whether that be Excel or G Sheet. If you need us to get you the spreadsheet, we can definitely supply that for you. But you're going to just fill in all the information in a spreadsheet. Once all the information is filled in, you'll be able to choose a file from your computer, and then that will bulk import all of that data that you filled in to the spreadsheet. You can also do that for your components and then also your products. So we just added the ability for rentals, bulk import. So let us know, jump into chat if you would like a template for the upload sheet. We could definitely get that for you, so you can have the ability to get all that in there at one time. I think that was it for the features. Shannon, if you wanted to take it away and close
Yeah,
this out.
yeah. Yeah, I love those. If you weren't there last month, I think we talked about it last month that it was released where you can also link a photo URL additionally on the bulk upload feature. So say that you do have a list of items and you also have a photo associated with those items. You can include that on the bulk upload so that all of that is happening in the same moment and so that you don't have to do that separately. So that bulk upload feature is amazing. We did not have that in Curate Classic. I love it. It makes life so much easier to have that in there.
It really does.
Okay, so we do have one question. It looks like they did that the label maker, the label thing is an exciting feature. And
Mhm.
so we did have a question for how much is that add-on for the print labels? It's $50 a month or $500 per year for that add-on to your account. it is really handy, the way that it will print those off. You can throw it on buckets, you can throw it on platters, whenever you need to have a title on, it makes life way more streamlined to print all of that off at one time. I do love
Mhm.
that feature. As a huge, as a piece to add on to your account. So we do have, if you have any more questions, we have a few more minutes. So throw those in. Now is your moment to ask really anything. It doesn't just have to be about things that we talked about today. If you have any questions about the account, about using Curate, throw those in the questions. While you're doing that, I'll kind of go ahead and give us some wrap up information. So, just like I noted before, we don't really have enough time on these calls on these webinars to show every single thing that we have recently updated. So, we'll include a few extra links in the email that we send out tomorrow, probably with some features that we haven't had a chance to really highlight, and so that you can check those out. Additionally, on anytime that you need help in your account, just remember that we do have the help center as well as chat. People highly rate our chat. Let me just share that one more time. I'll share my
Mhm.
account one more time so I can point that out. So you do have chat right here. If you ever need help, be sure to reach out and chat. It is even if you're working at 1 a.m., which we have a lot of customers that are working at 1 a.m., just send us a message. And whenever we get back, we will answer that. So we want to be able to help you kind of where you are. Additionally, you do have the help center that is very easy to access from within your account. It's got a lot of articles. We try really hard to keep that updated with current information to kind of help you as you're working on building out your account. Also, in that email that we send out tomorrow, we're going to send you a link for our feature request system. So you can upload a feature there. If there's anything that you really want, that goes directly to our product team and they can take your feedback and kind of implement that in with the plan because we want to try to hit as many features as possible for what people are desiring. So we'll send that link out as well. Tomorrow, we will be sending out that email that's got that recording and that has that all of those links that we just talked about. Okay, I think that we have a couple of chats, so let me just check to be sure. Oh, so Liz did ask, is there a way to modify the information that is exported into the Google Calendar? So that is what is nice. I'm not sure exactly what you're thinking, what pieces of information that you're thinking, but right here in this event description, you can enter any information that you may need that needs to go into that Google Calendar. Something that we didn't really talk about today, but is a huge factor something that I really love is this templates feature. So you can use a template just for this event overview, and you could have certain items listed here that need to be filled out for every single event. And so for us, these were the items. What is the venue rental, or what is the services that they need, or what catering are they using, or whatever that information that needs to be filled out for every event, I can enter that. Additionally, if you have any custom properties that they filled out on a form, you can have those automatically plug in here. So the event description is a nice place to get any sort of custom information that you need for that event to get on there, and utilizing tokens there is really powerful as well, so that that information is automatically being included without you having to manually go in and put that every single time. Okay. And then Allison said, in the activity log, you would like to see when the client opens the proposal. Yes, that is definitely coming. We have been releasing pieces for the activity log in phases. So we just released phase 2 this week. And so we are coming up on that phase where we are looking at, tracking whenever emails are being sent and getting that data that people have loved in Curate Classic, wherever you can see whenever they have opened the proposal or viewed the proposal. That's a highly loved feature in Curate Classic. So we are in the process of working on that one. So you should be seeing that sometime soon. I don't have exact dates, but sometime soon coming there. But I will note that you asked about it for sure. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so somebody asked, is the mobile feature an app? Do we need to download that? So we do, there is the ability to save Curate as an app on your phone. It doesn't work so great going through like the Apple Store or like Google Play, but you can save it. So this is the person you asked it as anonymous, but if you want to reach out to chat, we can send you the link for how to do that. But you can just go through your normal browser on your phone or whatever. You can go through your normal browser in order to use that on mobile. Yeah. So that also is a huge feature that Mackenzie showed off that the ability to be able to go into the proposal and make those edits, on the fly or kind of as you need to make those edits on that proposal, you can do so. So yeah, if you want to reach out, we can send out an article for how you can save that as an app on your phone. It is very handy. If you did already have it saved as your phone and you did use Safari, Safari is not as friendly to updates. They just don't do updates, unfortunately. So if you had that previously saved as an app, all you'll need to do is delete that and then save it as again. That's kind of how I address it on my phone for it to get that updated information. So, okay, I think that's it. And I'm over by 2 minutes. So sorry about that. Please do reach out and send us if you have any more questions or anything that we can answer. We're so happy to get these new features out, and we will send you an email tomorrow that has this recording. Feel free to respond to that email if there's anything additional that we can answer for you. All right, have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next month.
Thank you.
Bye.